and sit down.
Yeah, so this is going to be part 3 of our video series that we talked about. So this is our basics of getting started with Amazon FBA. We've already done a video about the very basic steps getting started and downloading the app and creating an account. And then we've also done a part 2 that talks about understanding how sales rank and item popularity should factor into your choices when you're buying items. And we're going to have links to both of those in the description of this video. We are headed to our nearest Goodwill outlet center. And the reason why we're headed to the Goodwill outlet center in particular as opposed to a regular Goodwill store is because you can buy merchandise by the pound. So it gives us a lot more buying power when it comes to getting a lot of inventory for just a little bit of money. So one of the first things you're going to want to keep in mind is the basic sales concept of buying low and selling high. But what that means for you is that you're going to want to, find where your sources are available at the best prices. And another thing is that you're going to want to make sure that you pick up a lot of profitable items rather than one or two big scores, especially if you're going to be dealing in books, because sometimes really popular textbooks and things like that will become restricted when they weren't previously. So that means that you may have had the ability to sell that item and then at some point that ability goes away. And if that were to happen, you don't want to be stuck with a lot of your money tied up in those items. So I would try to get a lot of items at a good low price rather than buying one or two things hoping to get a big flip. And that just protects you against any of those changes. The second thing that you're going to want to think about is your sourcing locations. You'll want to take a look at what locations are near you and which locations are worth a little bit of a drive to get to. You want to plan your route, and you're going to want to give your sourcing locations a chance to be replenished. For instance, we have a couple of local thrifts that we go to every single week because they're easily accessible. They're within 5 to 10 minutes of our house. So there's no reason for us to not hit them on a regular basis. After that, we have a little bit longer drive to get out to a local warehouse that's in our area. But we go to that probably once every other week or so because they have a purchase by the bag price of $5 a bag. So we can get a lot of inventory for a great price. So it's a little bit more of a drive, but it's well worth it to us. So that's why we go, just not quite as often. And then finally, the longest distance we typically travel is to the location we're going to today, to our Goodwill outlet. It's approximately an hour and a half away. But we make that trip, we actually make that trip weekly because of the purchase by the pound that we discussed earlier. It gives us a ton of inventory for a very low price. And the inventory that we found has been pretty high quality. So it keeps us coming back because it gets replenished every single day. We could choose pretty much any day of the week and come in and get some good buys. There are some other scouters that we see on a regular basis. So there is a little bit of competition, but that's another reason why it's on our list, though. It's high quality merchandise and we get a lot of items for a very low price. So just plan your scouting route, plan how far you're willing to travel. Some people make it an adventure and travel the country, and that's awesome. Some people just want to make loops around their local area, and that's totally fine also. So just, make the time and determine what kind of route fits the lifestyle you want. That's the best thing about Amazon, is it's a lifestyle-based opportunity. If you want to be hustling all the time, you can be hustling all the time. If you want to do it a couple days a week and, let it pay a bill or two a month for you, you can do that as well. So you can have any kind of lifestyle to accompany your FBA business that you want. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to find books as well. You get a lot of books for free from there, those kind of resources. If you want to really get a taste of what competition can feel like, but also get a lot of good deals, you can go to booksalefinder.com, and that will actually allow you to see all of the library sales and large bookstore sales that are going on in your state. I will say that most of the sales that get posted there do get hit by scanners, so it is going to be a little bit of a different experience, but that can be a bit of a rush. Yeah, I think that haul-away service is a really great way to get inventory for free. A lot of people don't think about this, but a majority of people who aren't in this business or don't have an interest in this business view books as a hindrance in their life. They take up space. They're kind of heavy. We have our phones at our hip at all times, and we have things like Kindles and e-readers. So books are kind of out of fashion with a lot of people, and that makes it easy to get them at a very low cost or get them for free. So we made a post on our local neighborhood app that we would haul away books for free, and we've gotten some messages about that. And we've got posts on things like Facebook Marketplace as well, and we've gotten some responses about those things too. So we've gotten a few different batches of books absolutely free, and we've gotten some good hits out of them.
So I don't know if you guys can hear me because it's pretty loud in here, but this is the Goodwill Outlet Center, and we are here doing our regular resale sourcing of books. But yeah, just check this out because we're going to also show you, what's available as far as sourcing for books here. But also, if you're just interested in a good deal and regular Goodwill isn't doing it for you, the outlet is the place to go. So stick around and see, what's available here and what you can kind of get into. We'll show you some clips of, just what's available today. And your store will definitely be different, but, you'll find some good deals for sure. So do you pick up every book and scan it?
Talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, pretty much. I skip a lot of the mass market paperbacks, especially if they're really heavy books like George R. R. Martin, great writer.
Because we're talking about price per pound.
Yeah, we're talking about price per pound here, as you can see on the side. And then we're also talking about the fact that a lot of those really popular books get reprinted a million times over. So you don't want something that's mass market if you can help it.
So the deal at places like this is fill a grocery bag with $5 worth of books, and $5 can be a lot of books in a grocery bag depending on what you're buying. Another thing too to check out is the theater section. There tends to be some profit in some good theater books, typically the anthologies of drama and histories of drama and things like that. Sometimes the Penguin Classics will go for a little bit, but mostly you're looking for the bigger books there. The smaller, thinner plays don't sell quite as well. Okay, so the first thing that I look for when I am checking out a shelf of books like this is there anything in the package? Because that's something that I can see really, really quickly. So like this book right here, I just picked up. It is a nursing textbook. It is still in the plastic, meaning it can be sold as new. And now this is where you're going to have to really check your software, because Scout IQ told me that this was a no, but our Scout IQ is set for used books and what the used book price is. But if I go into the Amazon Seller app and I look at this and it tells me that this is a $23 profit on a book that's, you know, still in the plastic here that we're paying, you know, not very much for. Now, not everything that comes in the plastic is going to be a winner. This is a CD lecture series still in the plastic here that I just found on the shelf. It's a $5 profit new, but it's a slow-moving ASIN. It's like 16 million on Amazon, so this is not going to be something that I would pick up just because I don't want to wait that long for that to sell. Okay, so this is good advice to not discount a book based on the way that it looks, aka don't judge a book by its cover, actually. So here we go. This one to the naked eye looks old, especially with textbooks. I would think they would come out with something newer than this that students are using now. So I wouldn't be particularly impressed. But this is going to be a $7 profit, and it's a 400,000 rank. So this book is going to go pretty quickly. And I would never have thought to scan this if I didn't just scan everything. So definitely don't judge a book by its cover. That's your lesson for today. So one of the best sellers for us tends to be textbooks, mathematics books, business, anything really in the learning education field, usually hardback, although some paperbacks as well, tends to be a big seller for us here. Also religious texts, surprisingly religious texts sell pretty well, and that's something to look out for. So this is what I mean when I say that religious texts are really profitable. So when I was scanning the textbooks over there, I wasn't finding very much today. My husband might have already been through to clear that shelf of the things that we would consider profitable. However, I just started scanning this religious text section right now, and typically on a good day I'm finding like one good profitable book per shelf. I just found 3 in the first 5 minutes of scanning this shelf alone. The first one was $20, and the second 2 were between $4 and $5 profit, which, you know, hey, profit is profit. So
Thanks for sticking around with us and checking out our third installment in our Basics of Selling on Amazon series. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to be updated when we have new content, and of course, check out the links in the description box below to our other videos in this series as well.
Shut up and sit down.